Hello, everyone. Welcome to Weekly Tarot Messages with Moon Mage. This is Pick a Card Tarot Messages 1 through 4. I always tell everybody to give themselves a second to really use your own intuition and feel into which message is speaking to you without overthinking it too much. And that these messages on a weekly basis connect to the potential energies, challenges, along with some guidance and advice so that you can hopefully navigate your week ahead in the best possible way. I also always tell everybody that when you land on them was when you were meant to hear those messages. So don't get too caught up in the order of things or the days that these come with. If you find yourself landing on one of these readings and it's a month later, that was when those messages were going to be relevant for you. So it's something to keep in mind. I also want to quickly mention that this week I've put out a healing meditation to help with emotional release, along with a tarot video connected to your true potential, untapped talents and gifts and potentials. So if you're interested, you could have a look at those. But now give yourself a second to look at that thumbnail and feel into which message is speaking to you. And I will get started here with message number 1. Hello to my beautiful message 1 choosers. I am doing these weeklies a little bit different this week. For me, the October, November, December bring in a lot of change and a lot of shakeups and new energy. So I was thinking about that today as I was getting ready to do these videos and thinking I'm going to do things slightly different than the way I normally would do the weeklies. Mostly the same with a little bit of a twist. Let's have a look and see what do my beautiful message 1 choosers need to know going into this week. What is showing up for message 1? Okay. That was almost really messy. All right. Nice. Queen of Cups energy. So whether this is the energy you're being asked to embody or the energy that's going to be showing up for you, this is connected to emotional well-being, feeling very healthy, emotionally well-balanced, intuition really being up-leveled, nurturing energy. These could be qualities and things that are going to be showing up for you or that you're asked to lean into at this time. But feeling calm, as above, so below comes to my mind, feeling centered in yourself, in your mental energies, and your emotional energies. But I do have a strong sense that intuition is really going to be up-leveled for a lot of you who chose message 1 this week. Definitely an energy I'm feeling for you guys. Queen of Cups energy is fantastic energy when we need to tap into our soul, into our intuition, into using our psychic senses, because we all have them. It's a great energy to show up when you need to be kind of going within and figuring things out, like connecting to instinct. I feel like that's going to be a thing for you guys this week. This is my little extra card that I'm pulling for everyone. Okay. All right. So it looks to me like it's more of an opportunity to move into the Queen of Cups energy. It's available to you. There's something that needs to be let go of, and it's likely connected to something emotional. So this could look like people, situation, something where you have a heartstring connected to it, where there's an emotional component. Heartstrings attached is also something that keeps coming to my mind. But whatever it is that you're being asked to let go of emotionally brings you into very positive, intuitive, centered, heart open and clear energy. But it's about looking at what you need to let go of to get to this week. We'll look and see what the other cards bring with this. All right. I will say too, I'm really attracted to the fact that her feet are in the water, right? And she's looking at this. It looks almost like a trophy. It's not. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. But I'm really attracted to the image of feet in the water. It feels to me like I have the sense that a lot of you have been doing some work on yourselves and looking at your emotions and how they are affecting you. I have this feeling of being so close to something, so close to this release. Like you're almost there. Don't give up now. Internal work that you've been doing, almost like shadow work. Okay. Braving storms. No matter what happens, you will emerge with grace, changing direction, letting go of something that you had an emotional investment in. This could be people or situations. I do think that could be a thing for you. Braving storms, to go in a new direction and let go of where you are so that you can go to somewhere new. This energy is going to be really amplified for you guys this week. And it's a boat on the water. A lot of watery energy here for you guys. And as this says, no matter what happens, you will emerge with grace, changing direction. So you're really being nudged this week to start to release, to start to let go, to start allowing these changes to happen, saying yes to a new direction. And if it's showing up like this for you, message one, is because the new direction will be better for you, more aligned with you. And if this is people related, it's like it'll bring in better people as well, better connections. All right, let's pull some more cards. Yeah, braving storms. I get a stressed out energy for a lot of my message fours. I think you've been really stressed out about something. Probably about, I feel like there's this vibe or energy around some of you that chose this message of not wanting to disappoint others with the choices that you make. And I'm feeling like you need to make yourself a priority, and what you want and what you desire a priority. It's not about everybody else this time. Boundaries, needing some boundaries there. And I think your intuition is on point with something, or it's going to be this week, and you need to listen to it. Nice. Co-create with spirit, crow spirit energy. So this is very intuitive. Crows are very much connected to the cosmos, to universal energy, to the spiritual realm, bringing you messaging. And co-create with spirit, that energy is available to you. That's that intuition I was feeling really strong with the Queen of Cups. So really being asked to lean into your intuition, to listen to your gut instincts, to trust yourself, to move through this harder or more emotionally heavy, I feel like, decision making for you guys, so that you're not making choices that are not aligned with what's best for you. Rabbit spirit coming out in the challenge position, and it says now is a lucky time, right? And I think that's because you're moving into that shape-shifting type of energy that's showing up for you, where you have the free will to choose whether you're going to say yes to this new direction, this new thing, but it's scary, and it means letting go of certain things, people, situations. That's hard. But you're being asked to trust in this, to trust that this is a positive time for you, that by saying yes to certain shifts and new directions is going to bring you in the beauty, the love, the abundance that you want, that you desire, that you deserve. I feel here for you guys. Also, rabbits are very connected to fertility and growth and creativity. So those could be some key words to keep in mind. If I choose this direction, am I going to experience that? And I feel like the answer is yes, but you're challenged to see how what you're dealing with now is a positive thing. But it really feels like it is for you guys. Look at this butterfly spirit. You're really having the message driven home that change is a good thing, and it's going to bring in the growth and the creativity and the new people and the abundance of love and just stability and structure that you would want and desire. Transformation is beautiful. Butterfly spirit. And it's about embracing this, trusting this, right? But we've got that Queen of Cups energy. And, the Queen of Cups can get lost in the sauce of their emotions and their feelings because of heartstrings attached, not being able to disconnect from what was, having a hard time with that shift and change. And that's definitely a thing here for you guys. It's showing up quite strong. But look at that narrative within you. If you look back at your life from a year ago, it's probably not exactly the same. Things have shifted and changed, maybe in subtle ways, but change is inevitable. And this is the kind of change that's showing up for you, message one, that is beautiful, that is going to be received really well once you've said yes to it, once you've leaned into it. Even if it feels a little scary. And I'm noticing the number 11 there, guys. I should have brought that up. 11 is like an energetic gateway. Time to walk through a new door. Wow. Okay, you've got crow spirit and hawk spirit showing up for you. And it says, let spirit be your guide and co-create with spirit. Yeah. So you are somebody who is, as I thought in the very beginning of this reading, very intuitive, very emotionally connected to the spiritual realm. You might not be feeling that right now because I feel like you're being presented with the opportunity to make a lot of shifts and changes, and you're really struggling with it. I feel this energy of not wanting to disappoint others, but it's time to make you a priority, put boundaries around this, because something beautiful wants to start to show up for you, and you're really being nudged to be open to this week, to really look at this emotional energy and let go of what's not working and walk towards a new beginning. Like it starts for you now. I even think maybe some of you are going to start seeing hawks and crows. Let spirit be your guide. It sort of has this feeling of let go and let God energy for you guys. All right, I'm going to cap this off with a final angelic message. This, message one, as hard as change is, as hard as it is to let go of what's been and really be brave enough to move to a new situation, new beginning, new love, new place of work, whatever this is for you guys, it feels so necessary. That's not even the word I'm trying to think. It feels so divinely orchestrated, like an event that is inevitable that's going to show up for you. And it feels so like heavy for you guys to figure out, is this really what's best for me? Because I feel like I keep coming back to, I feel like you guys are worrying too much about other people. I think I just kind of got lost in the sauce there. Anyways, it feels like divine timing is at play, and you guys need to be trusting what's showing up for you, what your heart, what your soul is urging you to move towards, what emotional stuff that you're still hanging on to that's keeping you in place rather than moving forward. So big nudges coming for you around this week. Be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. Yeah, this really strong desire I feel within you guys to move away from people and situations that do not have your best interests at heart, that are no longer aligned or resonant with you. But that's hard. There's heartstrings there emotionally, right? Detaching, that's scary. But this is what you're being asked to do. And this is who and what you embody, your real true self, your highest self, moving towards beautiful, emotionally connected things and people. I think for some of you, I almost feel like for some of you it's romantic as well. Not everyone. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. Yeah. Big nudge for you to release this week, to let go and flow and allow spirit to guide you. And I think your intuition is really coming online this week, like being up leveled and opened. So pay attention to what comes through. I will leave that there, and I hope you all have a fantastic week. Take care, guys. Hello to all my beautiful message 2 choosers. What does my beautiful message 2s need to know this week? What's showing up for them? Message 2. Ooh, thought that was going to fall out, but no. Let's go this way. I have little hands, so shuffling cards is tricky for me. 2. I had a feeling 2 was going to show up for you guys. All right. So we've got Page of Pentacles in reverse, and we've got the Hermit. That's really interesting, actually. I'm wondering if some of you had an opportunity or an offering, and you're kind of having a hard time making a decision around it. And you're being asked to go within, to retreat into hermit mode, to really feel this through, not just think it through. Yes, bring brain and heart together for sure. But it seems like it's going to be of the utmost importance that you give yourself over to this week before making any kind of decision, especially because this seems like it might be related to something that brings in some sort of financial stability. So maybe career, job opportunities or prospects, ideas around ways to make money this week. I do think offering, though. I think some of you have had an offering of sorts. But it feels like not jumping into a quick decision or having a knee-jerk reaction to the decision that you should make, going into hermit mode, which just essentially means going into reflection and contemplation to make sure that you're really, listening to your heart and soul with this. I almost wonder too if some of you might have had a missed opportunity, right? Because maybe there was a knee-jerk reaction, and maybe some of you are experiencing a little bit of guilt now around that, or feeling like, you know, I screwed up. Okay. No need to worry. No need to worry. So perhaps there is something that you guys let pass you by, maybe for a reason. Maybe you think like it was a missed opportunity. And for others, it is about not worrying about how quickly you make a decision, I think, around this thing. No need to worry. You have time to go into that hermit mode and really feel through, not just think through this situation, this opportunity, whatever it is. No need to worry. Things are sorting themselves out. And I also think too, I'm getting this third message. Geez, for message two. Okay, just 1 second here. There we go. There might even be that you've a loss of money of some sort. And there's worry and fear around that. But going into hermit mode brings in some sort of answers or way through, or way to bring in more money. Like this could be like, you know, siphoned out through a business or just in your personal life in some kind of way. I'm also noticing that there's a hedgehog in there. You know, hedgehogs roll up, and then there's the hermit card. So there's a really strong message here to go within. Take a step back. Go into contemplation mode, reflection mode. There's no need to worry. Some kind of answers are coming forth for you guys in the quiet moments to help you make a decision around things. I also think for some of you, just come to some sort of idea or inspiration about bringing finances in for some of you. Okay, going in style. Little luxuries help you build up to greater things later. Treat yourself. Okay, so some money fear there with that Page of Pentacles and race fear around losing money. Going in style. Little luxuries help you build up to greater things later. Treat yourself. So maybe some of you are having fear about whether you should spend money on a certain thing, if it's the right way to go, if too much will be lost. But this is kind of making me feel like that's not the case, and you don't need to worry about that. If you're feeling a call to spend on something that you feel in the long run will bring more money back to you, I feel like that is the right way to go. That is a yes energy to that. It's not going to make or break anything in your situation. You know, it's sort of like that energy of sometimes we have to spend money to bring more in, to generate more income. And I think that might be a thing for some of you. And if that's the case and you're stewing over it, go within, look at it from a wider perspective, zoom out. And I think that maybe you'd even come to the conclusion that, no, this is the right thing to do. Because I'm definitely getting like yes energy with that. Okay. We've got one card that fell out there. Dolphin spirit, this and that are true. Okay, and that's that, you know, overthinking, we're worrying, we're a little bit anxious about what to do. And sometimes it's not that this is the right and that is the wrong. Like it's not black and white, it's gray. So it's sort of like two things can be true at once. It's about going to the energy or leaning into the energy of what feels best to you, what feels right. I keep coming back to that. Maybe some of you are more comfortable with thinking in facts and black and white kind of energy, but this is all about the gray for you guys with this. So this and that are true. Don't get too caught up in the black and white thinking of right and wrong with this. Like, it's gray. It's gray. It's a gray area for you. Two things can be true at once. Feel your way through this. Yeah, turtle spirit, two water energies. So emotions definitely at play here as well for you guys. Coming in the challenge, slow and steady wins the race. That's that energy of hedgehogging back, you know, hermit mode, going, retreating within, feeling things through, not making too many hasty decisions or quick decisions that you didn't feel through before you thought through them. Hopefully that makes sense. Where you want to bring that head and heart coherence together, one step at a time. There is no rush with this, no need to worry. Slow and steady really will win the race. I keep coming back to don't make hasty decisions. Give yourself some time for contemplation, reflection, through feeling. I keep coming back to that too. Yeah. Hummingbird spirit, be here now, right? Needing to be present. So some of you are probably spending too much time up in your head and thinking mode, that energy of anxiousness, maybe thinking about the past and the future, but not really what's best right now. And this is the big ask, right? This would be the advice card from Spirit. Be here now, time to be present. Maybe do some grounding meditation, right? Because this is air energy too, with it being hummingbird spirit. But being present will help you really connect to your heart space more and to the energy of what to do next, in a way that you're not going to be second guessing it, right? Where we're getting caught up in it. Is this right and that wrong? This and that are true. And also, hummingbirds are very connected to joy. So being more lighthearted comes to mind as well. Freeing your heart. That's another thing. Act as if, chameleon spirit, shape-shifting energy. Act as if everything that you have and everything that you want is already yours. It's already there, right? This is how we call in and manifest our dreams. We act like we already have it with confidence from a place of love and trust in ourselves, in our spirit team, and where we're being guided. So yeah, it's about being able to shapeshift, go with the flow, and act as though we already have everything we want and it's all working out for us. Something about mantras, I think, would help you guys manifest as well. Especially because I do get the strong energy with the initial cards of, needing to go into hermit mode, Page of Pentacles, money in reverse, worrying around that. I feel like for you guys, that what if energy, that fear of, but what about this? What about that? All to the negative. I think it's such a big suppressor, I should say, for you guys, that really holds you back from really making decisions from your intuition, your gut, and your heart. It feels like that's so needed for you guys. But again, I come back to this energy of you're probably somebody who prefers facts over feelings at times. And this is a time to go with your feeling first and then bring your head along for the ride, right? Feel it through and then, okay, now bring the thinking brain in. Wow, this is the same final message here that was in message 1. Be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. You know what? What's really interesting about that? Maybe this is why some of you have been going more with your head than your heart and not feeling through, because it's not as well received by everyone around you when you are coming from that space, but you're meant to. So shut the world out if that's the case, or other people's thoughts and opinions. You're going to feel into something that is real, that is true, that is authentic, that will help you move the situation forward. And you need to trust your gut with this, right? Act as if it's already yours. This money that you feel maybe worried to spend right now, I really do feel like it is going to bring in more to come. As I said, sometimes we got to spend a little to gain a little. But before doing anything, check in with your soul, check in with your higher self, your gut, your intuition. This is your starting point, your way forward, and get really grounded and present to quiet the monkey mind and the chatter that we often all have going on in our minds. All right, I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have a fantastic week and really create some space for contemplation and reflection. I think it's going to bring you surprising wisdom and guidance. All right, guys, take care. Hello to all my beautiful message 3 choosers. Let's have a look and see, what do you guys need to know going into this week? What kind of energy is showing up for message 3? Message 3. Return these. Ooh, 6 of Pentacles. All right. So there's a few things with this card. It can be one of going into giving mode. Maybe you've been somebody who's been the recipient of something positive, whether it's help, guidance, support, abundance, financial security. You might be being asked how you can give back this week. But it also could be that something shows up for you where you're finally receiving the help, the support, the abundance that you need. It feels like a giving and receiving energy for sure. Yeah. Support's definitely coming to my mind with this card. So whether you're the one that's going to be asked to support others in some kind of way where you give back, or you're the one that's going to be receiving, I feel like this is what's literally going to be on the cards for you guys this week. Listen to your intuition. Okay. Listening to gut instincts about something this week, not dismissing it, just not dismissing it. Listening to your intuition. Trusting your gut, especially if it's guiding you towards someone or something that might bring in the support that you need, or where you're feeling guided to go help and support. Don't ignore your instincts this week. Don't ignore your gut instincts, your intuition. You know what's really, really odd? All of a sudden, I'm attracted to all the yellow. I'm not sure what that's about. Sometimes I think, yellow is connected to the solar plexus. It's about leadership, shining, confidence, feeling really empowered. There might be something to that, because I don't know what it is about the yellow, but I'm attracted to the yellow. And then these cards are yellow. Yellow, yellow. Keep swimming. You are getting there, but it just takes time to arrive. You're in the flow. Nice. That's that, like, giving and receiving energy is ebb and flow. It is flow. It's when we're not just always receiving and we're not just always giving away ourselves, our resources. We're in balance. We're in harmony. And that's definitely an energy that's happening for you guys. And if you haven't been feeling that, keep going, because that's where you're getting to. You're in the flow. You are getting there, but it just takes time to arrive. You're in the flow. So you might receive some sort of intuition this week that helps you embody this energy even more, where that balance of giving and receiving is really coming centered for you, becoming centered for you, and you're meant to trust it and keep going with it. Yeah, okay. Let's see what other cards we get for you guys. I also think there's just this little tiny heads up of, like, don't quit, don't give up, don't take your foot off the gas in what you're doing. It could be a slow and steady wins the race kind of energy, but to just keep going forward with what you're doing. I keep hearing that song by, I think it's Celine Dion, It's All Coming Back to Me Now. There's something with that. It's all coming back to me now. All right. Learn from the past, elephant spirit. Yeah. It's all coming back to me now. I feel like you might have this intuition, this instinct to look at where you've been and see it from a different perspective, a new light, where you're like, oh my gosh, I can see how that affected my now and what I did wrong or what I did right. And I know what to do moving forward now. It's like that. It feels like that. And this is all culminating in a positive way for you guys this week. Learn from the past. Yeah, so it's sort of also like a little bit of a heads up too, that maybe before pushing forward with something, taking a step back and looking at things from a wider view from the past, but only to learn from it, not to get stuck in it. This is what I just said. Giraffe spirit, see the big picture. And it's coming in the challenge position. So start of the week this week, message 3, zoom out. Look at the big picture. Look at where you've been, what you deem as things that went wrong or sideways, what worked, before moving forward with something, because this is going to help you in a big way this week to get moving forward, to keep swimming, to know that you are really getting there and flow, and that energy of giving and receiving is coming back around for you. I do now believe that you guys are going to be more so receiving something, whether it's abundance. I think it might be because it's pentacle energy. But yeah, zoom out. Take some time at the start of this week to zoom out, to look at where you've been, what went wrong, what went right, before moving forward completely, and trusting your intuition, your instinct. Once you've done this sort of reflection, to say, okay, my gut's telling me this, go with it. Go with what your gut tells you after you've done this. Yeah, there it is. Bring your ideas to life. Electric eel spirit. It's going to be on point, your intuition, once you've done this work, this reflection, this contemplation, looking at things from a wide lens. It's going to bring in answers, intuition, spiritual connection, and then you're meant to do something with it. Bring your ideas to life, that you're getting there, but it just takes time to arrive energy. And then we've got spider spirit. Make your dreams real. Wow. Yeah. So once you've done this reflection, you've connected, you see the big picture, you understand, and then your intuition is telling you to do this thing. Don't sit on it. Act. And maybe that's why I felt that yellow energy of the solar plexus of confidence, being empowered, right? This is the energy center where we would use the mantra, I am powerful, I am confident, I'm courageous, I'm brave. I think that's why I was feeling it, because you're meant to act once you've received. Make your dreams real. Yeah. It's funny too, because I was talking about in a recent video that I did about the spider spirit is sort of always letting us know that the web we weave today is the web we weave tomorrow. So if we're not doing anything today that is going to benefit our tomorrow, we just keep idling it like a tumbleweed and blowing in the breeze, and we're not picking up steam. So I just really feel like it's important for me to push this point home for you guys, that you're meant to act on these inspirations that come through, these intuitive hits that you get. All right. But there is that strong component to something from the past that might even hold you back a little bit. You're not aware of it. You have the opportunity to see that clearly this week and to learn from it. And I also think good things too, though. Like that's the other side of it. We're like, that actually did work. And if I applied it in this way, this time around, that can make things happen for me, where you go into that receiving mode. And I think that you'll be absolutely right in that assessment. Wow. Okay, this is really affirming and confirming that your intuition and spirit and the universe is speaking to you loud this week. Deeper insights are at hand. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. Yeah. This is such a strong message for you guys. Take your time with this. You're not running out of time. Zoom out. See the big picture. Look at things from the past that worked or didn't work. There's something in there for you guys. There's something to see, an aha moment that it's really going to flick the light switch on for you. So you're like, now I know what to do. I know how to move forward from here. These deeper insights are at hand. So important that you guys make time for this, especially to start your week off. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. Yeah. Strong, strong message for you guys. But overall, I will say that this is the first message I've given where I feel this like positive energy in my heart space, like really good things want to follow this energy for you guys. So keep on keeping on, keep swimming. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that there. And I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful week. Take care, guys. Hello to all my beautiful message 4 choosers. Okay, well, that was quick. I was going to say, let's have a look and see what you guys need to know, what energy's showing up for you, but here it is. Ooh, nice. Ace of Wands upright. So some sort of new inspiration is going to come through or wants to this week, right? That's what the Ace of Wands is. It's a new beginning, a new start around something, but because it's wands, it's fiery, it's passionate, it's energized, it's inspired. It could also be connected to love for some, but we shall see what else comes through with that. Fire energy often can pretend that a new connection or love interest could come in because it's so passionate. But we'll see. It could also just be inspired ideas coming through. New beginnings that you feel very connected to. And, they really up-level your sense of passion and creativity in some kind of way. You know what? That did not feel right. So I'm going to just keep shuffling. Okay, that feels better. Ooh, go. The time is right. some sort of new beginning. So if you look at that hourglass too in the bottom there, something's blooming. So you do have a new start showing up for you in some kind of way, whether this is in love, a passion project, something that you've been inspired to start to do or create. Yes, this is sort of like your yes energy, your confirmation. Yes, go with this. Go. The time is right. Don't sit on it. Don't overthink it. Trust it. It's something about cycles too with those moons up there, right? Everything's coming to fruition. Fully clear, seeing the truth around something comes to my mind as well for you guys. And that's sort of like once you see it and you know it, follow it. Don't sit on it. And you know, I feel like that's even true if this ends up being a person. All right. Temporary. You may have many jobs before finding one you love. Money comes and goes. Okay. Something that you might be attached to is whether you should be moving on to a new beginning, because maybe you're somebody who has, you know, bounced around a lot from one thing to the next. I tend to get impassioned and inspired quickly and then it fizzles out. That's not going to be the case with this new thing. You know, as it says, you may have many jobs before finding one you love. Money comes and goes. Temporary problems, temporary issues, that bouncing around from one thing to the next, trying to find the right one, that's shifting for you. There's a change there, especially with that butterfly energy, where that new beginning, where it's not going to feel like you're bouncing all over the place trying to find the thing. You're coming into that thing, the thing that's going to have staying power and longevity. Also, you know, what that money comes and goes. If there's a little worry or fear around finances for some of you, like maybe it's even about moving in a direction and taking a job that is not paying as well as where you are, but it feels better to you. Trust that and go with it, because I feel like over time that'll change, that'll shift. It will become the thing. You know, also I think it's about framing the directions that we take as stepping stones. Like I went here and then here and then here, and I learned all these things along the way to get me to my final destination of this is the place I'm really meant to be. And if I hadn't have bounced around and done all those other things, I would not have been prepared for this thing that's really suited to me. It feels like that for you guys. It also could just be a big push for some of you guys to walk towards a new job opportunity, career kind of situation, and you're worried about, should I really do this again? Should I switch things up again? And I feel like this feels like yes energy. Yeah. See the bigger picture. And that kind of makes some sense, right? Zooming out, because if you are grappling with like, should I really do this again? Like I've bounced around. I want something stable and secure. I don't want to have to be constantly moving, or, you know, this is a little bit of a hit money wise, but it does feel better and more aligned with me. I feel like it's about zooming out and seeing the bigger picture. In the long run, am I going to be happier? Am I going to be more fulfilled? Does it have the potential to bring me that energy along the line and more abundance, more security? I feel like the answer is yes. But needing to zoom out, trust your intuition, and really look at the big picture, not just the getting hyper focused on the little things in the now. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself, coming out in the challenge position. And also squirrel spirit brings an extra little message of getting prepared. So believing that you are capable of this new thing, that you have everything that it takes, that you've got all the gifts and talents that you need, and that you will become even more and embody more of this beautiful energy as you say yes and move towards these things that feel very inspired and that impassion you. Believing in yourself. You've got this. So another little thing here, another little aside note, is that you might be second guessing yourself. There's a lot of doubt here. Can I really do this thing? Again, I feel like, yes, you can, but there's also that underlying energy. If it helps, do what you can to prepare yourself for this new beginning, because it is time for you to move on from one thing towards another. Ooh, learn from the past. Yeah. And you know what? You are not your past mistakes. And I was trying to touch on this earlier in the start of this message of, if you feel like you've had to bounce around and that you've kept turning a corner to the wrong thing, like It wasn't this job. It wasn't these people. It wasn't this place. And then I had to shift again and again and again. That was not for no reason. Nothing was wasted. There was learning in all of that. You became a stronger, wiser person for all these situations or places that you went that you might look at now as mistakes. They weren't. They had so much to offer you by way of learning, teaching, and growing as a person, right? And also, I feel like there's this other little message here about learning from the past in the sense of not letting the things that feel best to you, that you feel very connected to and aligned to, pass you by, because maybe in the present moment or at that time they didn't look as good on paper, or they, didn't feel as stable, even though you could see that in the long run this could be a beautiful thing that could bring more of that stability in. Sort of like, it doesn't look good enough money wise, or as far as like the benefits you get, like being too practical with it rather than just trusting your gut and going with the feeling around it. And I do feel like that's the case this time around, and I like learning from that. Oh man, I let go of that opportunity because it just didn't offer the money I wanted or the benefits I needed at the time. But now it's sort of like coming into this energy of I don't have to choose from that place anymore. I can choose from my heart. Yeah, okay. Buffalo spirit, the abundant universe will provide. I definitely think there's some sort of opportunity where it doesn't look as good on paper, like benefits money-wise, things of that nature. But you need to trust your gut. If it feels right, go for it. You have learned from the past. Every twist and turn and different doorway that you went through brought you new experience, new wisdom, new understanding. Believe in yourself and your ability to do this thing. I almost wonder for somebody if this is an entrepreneurial thing too, where now you're having to rely completely on yourself. You've got this. You've got this. And you're being nudged to believe that you do. As it says, go, the time is right. Ace of Wands, ready for a new beginning that's been inspired. I do think for some of you, this might be wanting to start your own business thing. And that's scary, 100%. But you got this. You can do this. You really, really can. And you will be provided for. If that's a fear and that's a worry, you will. The abundant universe will provide. You know what's strange? Nothing in the rest of these cards suggests anything to do with relationship or partnership. And yet I have this little aside that for somebody, maybe it's just one person that's going to watch this, where there's this energy of new partnership. I think that maybe follow a new financial beginning, place of work, or an entrepreneurial thing that you're trying to do or get off the ground. I don't know why I keep getting this bridge to a connection, a romantic connection for some of you. I don't know. That's just a little side note that won't leave me alone. Wow, let it go. This situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so you can embrace the future. There's a lot of that energy showing up this week. Letting go and letting God, trusting our intuition, trusting our gut, saying yes to our new beginning. These opportunities that are showing up for us, but we fear because we can't predict the outcomes. No exception for you. Message for it. Let it go. You are being led and directed to a new start, a new beginning, to do that thing that brings in power and inspiration, that feels resonant with your heart and your soul. Even if it scares you a little bit, you just need to believe in yourself and trust that spirit has your back. You will be provided for. And, as it says, money comes and goes. Don't get so caught up in that. Because ultimately, I feel a lot of success around this situation and this new thing that you're moving towards, or that you're being inspired to move towards. But prepare, right? Squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself and get ready, get prepared for this. It starts now. It starts now for you guys. Severing old ties. Yeah, that's another, but that makes some sense here. Severing your energetic connections. Yeah. Not everybody's meant to move into our future with us, right? It's that energy of some people are a reason, a season, a lifetime. There's something about that I feel for you guys too. You need to walk away now. Anyways, I could go on and on with all the feelings and the vibes, but I do hope that you guys have the most amazing, beautiful week and really start saying yes to this energy that's calling you and pulling you towards it. It is soul connected for you guys, and everything works out for you so long as you believe, I feel. All right. Have a fantastic day and a great week, guys. Take care.